Hello. I had not planned to go live today. Hi, my name is Amanda. But I showered and did my hair today, which if you saw my live stream earlier, I did my hair on the live stream, which was a little weird. But anyway, I'm Amanda. I am guest moderating at ClickPro Insta account this week, and I wanted to explain a little bit about who I am and what I do, because I mentioned in my intro post that I made this morning that I am not a Click Pro. I am nowhere near the talent even remotely required to be a Click Pro. And so I'm kind of crashing the party a little bit, as I tend to do, but they let me do it. It's totally okay. For some reason, they're just such a loving group of ladies that they welcome me in. So the way that I am affiliated with Click Pro is that a lot of my members, I have a membership community, a lot of my members are Click Pros, and the vast majority of them are part of the Click and Moms community. So that's kind of how I am associated with Click Pro. About a year and a half ago, I became an official Click Pro partner, which was like the biggest honor of my life, like freaking out totally freaking out, because that was like the coolest thing ever to happen to me and to my business, and it was such a huge honor. I am known as a hashtag fairy. I did not coin that term. I think Meredith Miner from This Chaotic Life, I believe she coined that term. I'll have to check with her. But I like it, and it's stuck, and so that's what I've been going by ever since. So I do the whole Instagram thing. If you guys know me, you know that I love Instagram. I'm a huge fan of Instagram. It is not without its weaknesses and shortcomings and quirks and glitches, for sure. But I love it, and I think honestly, I've been on it a lot more lately, because it helps me feel like I'm staying connected with people. I have met so many of my Insta friends, as my husband would say, my Insta friends, like they're not your friends in real life, but I actually have met so many of them in real life at conferences like ClickAway, Insta Inspire, here in my local area as well. So anyway, I'm the hashtag girl. So if you have any questions at all, I saw somebody like requested to be in the video. If you want to be you go ahead and request. We can do a split screen thing. That's always fun. I see a lot of names that I recognize. I'm not going to call you guys out, but I know you're out there. Hi. Yeah, Jennifer's to photography. I'm like, I know all these people. But anyway, do you guys have any questions? What are your, you're like, well, I don't have any Instagram questions, but like, I'm still seeing, and I think we always will see people that get really discouraged by the algorithm and their engagement and that type of thing. I saw a comment either yesterday or this morning. It could have been early this morning. I was like up at 2 a.m. That's another story. And it was a friend of mine, an Insta friend of mine, who was really discouraged about the engagement they received on a recent post that they made. And and then usually what follows is everybody else chiming in and being like, I know, me too. Like, we hate Instagram. And I get that. And one thing that I would just throw out, honestly, and this is super widespread in comments, so if you think this is only happening to you, it's happening to everybody. And that's that when I try to like a post, if I try to like your post, half the time I get an error pop up saying that this action is not authorized or something. I'm like, I'm just trying to, and this has been going on. The funny thing is that people were alerting me to this. I get a lot of DMs, which I love because it helps me put the pieces together and realize when there's something going on. But a lot of people were messaging me and saying, I'm trying to like posts and I can't like. I can comment, but I can't like the post. And I was like, man, that's really strange. I'm starting to hear this a lot. And then it started happening to me. I have several different accounts, and it's hit or miss. Like some days I'm on Instagram and I can like everybody's posts, and then other days I'm on Instagram and I can't like anything. So please, if you're in a country that still has like counts, some of the countries out there do not have like counts. I'm thinking that they're going to roll that out universally, but they still haven't yet. I'm in the United States. We can still see our like counts. Just know that a lot of people have this weird little glitch, including myself, where we're not able to actually like your picture. If I love your picture enough, or if I love you enough as a person, I will take the time to leave a thoughtful comment on your image. Please just know that if you ever see something from me where you're like, she didn't like the post, but she commented on it, it's just a glitchy Instagram thing. So who's all out there? Does anybody have anything? Engagement with people has helped. Hey, Lindsay Tuscany, be proactive about your engagement. I'm going to give you guys a tip that I've talked about before. And again, if you're not familiar with me, this is a fun little trick that I do often. It's not like a trick. It's just, I don't know. It's not like a strategy or a trick or anything. It is what it is. But I call it going on a scavenger hunt. And let me back up. I think one of the engagement killers out there is that we get stuck in our little bubbles of engagement. And I'm guilty of this as well. I have friends, most that I've met in real life, that I love, love, love them as people. I love their images. And those are the people that I'm engaging with because they're my friends and I love them, right? Y'all that are a part of loops, okay? We're getting into, if all you're doing is posting to loops, you're putting yourself in a little circle, a little box, and you're not venturing outside of that. So go on a scavenger hunt. You could have 5 minutes, 10 minutes. I would probably say 10 minutes is kind of a perfect time frame to think about. If you have 10 minutes, sit down with with your phone, your Instagram, and go on there. And instead of just mindlessly scrolling and if something pops up, engage with it. What I want you to do is truly go on a scavenger hunt. I want you to find for the next 10 minutes people that you've never heard of before. Look for names you've never heard of before. So what you'll do is the first thing that pops in your feed, if you feel led to comment on it, go ahead and leave a comment. I'm sure that I'm talking to people out there that are smart people. Obviously, you're following the Click Pro Instagram account, so I know you're higher than average intelligence. And so, based on that, I know that you know that it's not enough to just put a little heart emoji or a thumbs up or whatever. That's very spam looking. It's not thoughtful. It doesn't take any time at all. If you're a slow tapper like I am, I do a lot of talk to text or what's called dictation. I have an iPhone. If I want to leave somebody a thoughtful comment, and if you guys look at my comments, I leave long comments. I do. I do think that's something that has worked well for me. It shows that you're taking the time and you're being thoughtful instead of just saying, great shot. Great shot just doesn't that takes no brain power whatsoever. People really appreciate when you're thoughtful. And if you can leave a comment based on the elements of the image, or even more so the caption, it shows that you've taken the time to read the caption. And that really, it leaves an impression on people. And I think other commenters see that and they're like, this is someone that actually is engaging in the community. So I promise I'm going to get back to scavenger hunt, but hear me out. The talk to text. You guys know that if you don't do talk to text, your mind will be blown. It will change your life. I talk to text everything. I talk to text Google searching. I talk to text my text. Everything. So you guys know this, there's a little microphone icon on and again, I have an iPhone. So if you're Samsung, no idea, but there's a microphone. You tap that bad boy and it has the little the little waveforms, right? And then you say something I do this so often that I can't, but if I wanted to leave a comment on your picture, I might tap that microphone and then I would say, hey Stacy, comma, this is so beautiful, period. Where was this taken, question mark. I can't get over how gorgeous the light is. I'm making this up off the top of my head clearly, but if I had something in front of me to comment on, I could think of something. So use that talk to text if you're a slow tapper. It's all good. Back to the scavenger hunt. You've just got to spend 10 minutes finding people whose names you've never seen before. And here's how you do it. You start with the first image, you make a thoughtful comment, and then look through the other commenters. Who else is commenting on that image? For me, my audience and my people are photographers. So sometimes I'll see like a random name and it'll be, Susie Fisher 750 basketball girl 5713 or something like that. I'm like, that's not my people. Or I'll just see like a random name and I'll tap on it and I'll see that it's like just like a random person. And so I'll be, okay, tap back. But photographers were pretty easy to spot. We just are, because we always have the word photography on our username. We have photos. You know what I'm talking about. You can spot a photographer's username from a mile away. Make it easy on yourself. Peruse the comments and look for, Nicole Miller photos. That's a photographer. Click on her. You go to her page. You've never heard of her. You've never seen her before. You don't have to follow her. Maybe you will. Maybe something in her profile bio will connect with you. And low battery, and I don't have a charger. But anyway, I'm just going to keep going. So maybe something in her bio will connect with you. You'll be like, oh my gosh, she lives in Milwaukee. I grew up in Milwaukee. Oh my gosh, I want to see all of her pictures. Or, oh, this person lives in Hilton Head, South Carolina. That's where we go to the beach. That's our beach. And so you're like, okay, that's cool. Or maybe they're an Enneagram 8 and so are you, or so is your best friend. So like clearly, so if there's something in their profile bio that connects with you, that you can relate to, that you find witty or interesting, that you want to see more from, sure, you can follow them, but you don't have to. I'm not asking you to follow. Please don't go on like a weird, creepy follow spree. I just don't think that helps. But so you'll go to that person, Nicole Miller photos. Maybe this is a real person. I'm sorry, Nicole. So you'll go to her thing and you'll go to her most recent image. Don't scroll back to 2016, just the most recent one. Okay. Look at that image. Maybe it's a great picture. Maybe it's not. It doesn't really matter. The key is not you being the judge of what makes a great picture and what deserves a heart and what deserves a thoughtful comment. We all started somewhere. So maybe it's a Nicole Miller photo. Maybe it's a picture of a maternity shoot that she did. So leave a thoughtful, like it, and leave a thoughtful comment. Then step 2 in the scavenger hunt, look at her comments. Who on there, again, looking for maybe photographers, if that is your audience, look for photographers, tap on a name you've never seen before. Now you're on that person's profile. Look at their most recent image. Make a thoughtful comment on it. Again, I don't want you to feel like you're being dishonest or inauthentic. There's always some good. There's always some good in a picture. Maybe it's clear that this is someone who's beginning in their journey, in photography. Maybe they didn't really use the light like you would, or that you think is the right way. That's not really the point. The point is to engage with people. And when I have done that, and I go in little phases and spurts, usually when I'm like in an experimental phase where I'm like, okay, I'm going to be really diligent about this strategy and see if it works, to see if this is something that I can share with you guys as something that actually works. I always get a big boost in followers, and usually those people that see that I've left a thoughtful comment, they tap over to my profile. A lot of them will follow me. Not all of them will follow me. It's not, it's not a tit for tat type of thing. You can't take things personally or keep score. Please don't keep score on Instagram. It drives us off crazy. But what I have noticed is that when I'm intentional about my scavenger hunt strategy, I get a lot of more followers. I get a a lot more engagement. The people that I leave thoughtful comments on, they come to my account and they leave a thoughtful comment on my image too. You have to be proactive and give in order to receive. But please have the mindset that you are giving. Have an abundant mindset where you're going to give engagement freely. You're not going to keep score or track and expect for every single person to follow you back or give you engagement back. That's not what it's about. It's 10 minutes of your life where you're like, you know what? I'm going to brighten some people's day by leaving them a thoughtful comment and saying, oh, wow, what a beautiful picture. This is a keepsake that this family will treasure forever, ! Hit the microphone button because I talk to text and that's how I do it. So scavenger hunts. Go on scavenger hunts. That's like, I mean, it's super simple, y'all, but I mean, that's totally what I would do. I'm going to look through y'all's comments. Hey, Lindsay, thank you so much. See, I'm going to remember Lindsay. I'm going to be like, you know what? I need to go over to her account and give her some love. Hey, Erin Barkle Photography. I've never seen your name, so I got to check you out. I have a weird Midwest New York accent and it gets messed up. So your Siri is not very good. See, my Siri is a South African man. And so, and I'm sorry if you're from South Africa, you're like, someone else had a South African. I love the South African accent. Australian accent, British, give me all the accents. My husband is like the most like American, like preppy, like American dude ever. And I have a thing for accents. But so there is a way, I'm going to look into that, Erin, because I know that there is a way that you can configure your Siri to understand you better. You can actually, I feel like I just did this with one of my phones that I had to like reboot or something like that, reinstall something. And it'll say, do you want to help Siri understand you better? So there is something in your settings where you can teach your Siri how to hear you and how to listen to you. The other thing I would say is that with the microphone talk to text, I will always, and sometimes you guys see I make typos, but usually I try to catch it because that is like pet peeve for me. I will go and reread it and just make sure that I autocorrect. It picks it up. So if the word is kind of edgy, like it could have been this or could have been that, it'll underline it in blue, and then you can tap that word and it'll give you the other options above it. I don't know if that makes any sense, but they do try to make it pretty easy for you. So ask me anything about hashtags, Instagram. I was going to post for you guys on here, I was going to post some trending hashtags. For my membership community, I post theme hashtags every day, and I also include trending hashtags. The reason I include trending hashtags, and I need to not ramble because my battery's going to die. But a lot of times I'll hear from people that use my service, my hashtag service, and they'll say, well, they're looking at their insights, which you guys, I need to do like a whole live stream about insights. Insights are the devil. So anyway, just know your insights, they're not what you think. Like, please don't get obsessed with insights. Maybe look at it once a month. If you're looking at your insights after every single post, multiple times after every single post, you know who you are. I know who you are too, because you screenshot and you DM me all the time. You're driving yourself crazy. This is not, Instagram is meant to be fun. Yes, it's meant to promote your work and your business and whatever. It's not meant to drive you nuts and become this burden, this heavy, like, nobody loves me. Don't do that. Don't do that. First of all, give the post some time to marinate. Don't post and then check your insights like a maniac for the next 10 minutes and then go, everybody hates it. Delete it. Whoa, you guys, don't do that. Don't do, If that's where you're at, girl, we need to talk. You got to DM me. We need to talk about this. We need some Instagram therapy going on. but trending hashtags. So people will say, in my insights, they'll say, I'm just not getting that many views from hashtags. Well, if you're using hub hashtags, which that's what I do, I'm the hub hashtag girl. If you're using hub hashtags, most of the people that are looking at hub hashtags are the moderators for those hubs. And also they're scanning through probably a grid of top posts. We know that top posts is the default option. I know I'm going quickly here, so stop me if I'm, whatever. But so they're looking through that, and they would have to tap on, your image would have to stand out from a sea of images in the grid, and they would have to tap on it to view it, and that's a hashtag view, okay? Or obviously you guys know if you show up in Explore, someone taps on it, then you'll get a hashtag view. If you're using hub hashtags, that number's not gonna be awesome. Don't expect it to be. My philosophy has always been that getting featured on a hub is a way to leverage the hub's followers. If you get featured on a hub like Camera Mama that has 85,000 followers, and let's just say 5% of, I don't know what 5% of 85,000 is. No idea. It's a lot though. It's a few thousand. So we'll just go with that. That's a few thousand people that might not be following you and might not have ever seen your work before. So you can leverage them. It's a way of getting your work seen by a wider audience, right? So that's why we use hub hashtags. I also love using trending hashtags. I'll give you an idea of a trending hashtag. National Wine Day, National Sibling Day, National Puppy Day. You guys know this. We see this all the time. They're fun. They're social media holidays. Those are hashtags that not only do other people search more often because they're relevant kind of for that day, big brands also look through those hashtags for user-generated content. Okay, UGC, it's a big thing. If you've never heard of UGC before, it's a big thing. I can give you so many examples. A good one would be, I posted a picture of my son eating a big grilled cheese sandwich on National Grilled Cheese Day. And it got reposted on a bunch of different accounts because it was a cute picture and it was relevant for that day. Big brands like Target does this. I have a list of them. I'm not going to be able to think of them off the top of my head. But if you're using social media holidays, trending hashtags, that is a way to get cast a really wide net of people that are looking at that hashtag. Right now, a huge hashtag, and you guys know this, is Let's All Be Well. That's a hashtag that is super relevant. A lot of people are looking at it. Another one might be something having to do with the coronavirus or quarantined, or, hashtag life in quarantine, or hashtag alone together. There's so many of them out there. So I'm going to share that with you guys. I'll put it in the stories. And it's a list that I've compiled. Hashtag together at home. That's one that a lot of musicians and artists are using. And so that's a way for you to get a lot more eyeballs. Do make sure that it's relevant to your image. Okay, so hashtag Let's All Be Well. That's really has to do with rainbows. We're looking for rainbows, hearts, putting pretty things in your windows, and spreading a little more beauty because it's a really hard time out there. And so that's what that hashtag is about. If you just post an indoor picture of a lemon on your sink and hashtag Let's All Be Well without saying anything to that, people are going to be like, they're looking for a certain particular type of image. So make sure it's relevant. I can hear my children like yelling over there. They're playing Roblox. Do your kids play Roblox? And they fight while they play Roblox. You guys, they fight. Shut up! Okay. So let me, sorry, I'm rambling. I'm a rambling man. Oh, hey, okay. Aaron Barkell, do you recommend location? Yes. Big time. But here's the thing, Aaron. Here's how I do it. I use hub hashtags first. Do you hear that? I don't know what's going I use hub hashtags first because I want to hit top posts and I want to get featured. I want to leverage the following, the larger following of those hubs. And then those hub hashtags, y'all, are expired after about a week or so, if that. Like usually after a few days, unless you're using a very small, less frequently trafficked hashtag, I'm not explaining this well. If you're using a hashtag that doesn't already have thousands or millions of posts tagged to it, if it's a small, let's say it's a small hub and it's a theme hashtag, okay? Small hub theme hashtag. That is going to be used by maybe a few hundred people that week in that 1 week. So a mod is going to go to that hashtag search and they can pretty much see all of the posts tagged to that hashtag with a few scrolls. So that's a good bet. Don't not tag small hubs because you're like, well, they're small. I only want to get featured on the big ones. Well, no, you have a better chance, so, use theme hashtags. Don't be afraid of small hubs for sure. But my point is that if I can remember my point, this happens a lot. This is my husband's pet peeve. But getting back to, location hashtags. There it is. I knew it would come. So about after a week or so, the themes have expired for the most part, or you'll be pushed down so far in hashtag search, no mod is ever going to spend their whole life scrolling to look for that one perfect picture that they just happened to miss, right? That's not going to happen. So go ahead, Erin, delete the hub hashtags. After about a week or so, you can have, if you're super organized and awesome, you can have like a social media calendar where you're like, every Saturday, I'm going to go into my week's posts for that week, which you probably would only have maybe 3 to 6 posts anyway, unless you're a mad woman. Go in there. Do you hear that? Go in there. I'm just going to let them kill themselves. So go in there, delete your bank of hashtags, and add another bank of hashtags, which are your location tags. I got a hot tip for you. People are afraid that because there is a time sensitivity to things to end up in top posts. Top posts is linked to the engagement on the post. I hear you guys screaming.
It's AJ.
I know.
I'm telling him to shush, and he won't shush.
Okay.
Get him out of the room.
Okay, I will in a second. My phone's about to die. I'm sorry. Okay, so I'm sorry. It's totally normal. So to get into top posts, it's tied to the post. It's not tied to the hashtag. Not tied to the hashtag. I've done tests. I can show you my methodology and show you how I did it and figured this out. You can delete a whole bank of hashtags. Put your hub hashtags in there. Week goes by, delete those puppies. Put in your location hashtags. Hashtag Swanee, Georgia family photographer. Hashtag Gwinnett County photographer. Hashtag whatever. Put those in there, okay? Oh, now I'm really getting in trouble with my phone. Now you'll notice that you will still, if you got good engagement on that post, again, that it hinges on the engagement you got within about the first hour of posting it, you will still end up in top posts for that location hashtag, even if you posted it a week ago or 2 weeks ago. Okay, test it. I tested it. It works. So people in your local area, if they're searching for Atlanta family photographer and they go under that hashtag search, they're still going to see my posts in top posts, even if I added the hashtag a week after posting it. Does that make sense? Yeah. When I figured this out, because I didn't think it worked that way, and then I don't know where I got this wild idea to test it. This was like last year. I got this wild idea to start running some experiments and testing it, and I was like, this is good. This is a good thing. That way we don't have to pick and choose. Back in the good old days when we could post 60 hashtags. Does anybody remember 60 hashtags? Anybody 60 hashtags? There was like a loophole. We could totally oh yeah. Yes, thank you. Mom, hashtag mom life. No, I figured this out, and you don't have to pick one or the other, or you don't have to just limit your hashtag list to 15 hub hashtags and 15 locate. I'm just saying, to get to the 30, you absolutely can put in a bank of hashtags, won't delete it, and stick in another one after about a week. Just know that the hub hashtags are heavily, heavily, heavily trafficked. You'll want to use those first, and then use a bank of evergreen location-based hashtags that can stay on that post forever going forward, so that when local people in your local area are searching for a photographer, they will see that. And get into the mind of those people you want to reach. If you're a newborn photographer, you're gonna not just use newborn photography hashtags, use some maternity hashtags. And you guys, this really conflicts with some of the advice that I give a lot, like has to be relevant to the post. I think it's totally acceptable, and I would do it. I would absolutely use maternity, pregnancy style hashtags on a newborn post. And the reason is because the people that hire newborn photographers have to get pregnant first. And so even if they don't want maternity photos, they may be looking through those hashtags. And most of the time, not all the time, but most of the time, the photographer I hire to do my maternity pictures is the same one that's gonna do the newborn pictures. So there's that. Hi, Anik, hello. So anyway, I think my battery is about to die. I've thrown all sorts of bizarre stuff at you guys. I'll leave this up for 24 hours so that you can see it. Maybe I'll try to record it and post it somewhere. But yeah, so I'm Amanda. I'm guest modding. I'm the hashtag fairy. Ask me Instagram questions. Thank you for the love bombs. Thank you for the love bombs. I needed it. It's rough out there, people. It's scary. So I'm sending you lots and lots and lots of love and light and health. Stay safe out there, and I'll hopefully hop on live again. I can't guarantee that I will have clean hair when I do it, but we just got lucky today, so I decided to just run my mouth and talk about stuff. So anyway, thank you guys for joining me. My account is, my business account is Photographer Hack, and my membership community is Hub Hack. We are an official Click Pro partner, which is how I get to do this. And then I have a personal account where I post pictures of my family. I go through I do not care about that account at all. And that is Amanda Medro Myers. So good luck spelling that one. But anyway, I would change that. If I were advising me, I would look at that username and go, you need to change that. It's not, but it's my personal account and I don't care. So I just left it. Someday I'll change it. I don't care enough to change it right now. I normally would not recommend such a long run on. I like dots and underscores because it makes it more readable. That is the username that I picked back in 2013 when I started the account, because it was the same as my username on Facebook at the time. And so I just went with it, and I've been too lazy to change it. So so that's my account. But yeah, you can find me at Photographer Hack. Okay, I'm gonna go before I do a dead battery thing on you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Please have a wonderful rest of your day with your families. Your garden has its own Instagram. No, I'm interested in that. I'm checking you out, Aaron. Aaron. I'm going to check out Aaron. Who else was I saying that I was like, I haven't seen your name. I'm going to look through the comments. There was somebody else that was like, I need to check out your account. Oh, so many fun people that I know. Thank you guys for joining me. Y'all are so sweet. All right. Oh yeah, Lindsay Tuscany. You, sister, I'm checking you out too. I know who you are. I follow you, but I just haven't seen you for a while. So anyway, okay.